What's up? Me and the boy. You see the boy? We're going for a little hike, baby. Yeah. Man. I'm here, you're here. Hello. Hello, world. I'm gonna drive, just go for a little cruise. A 15-minute drive to our destination, so I'm gonna make a video. Why not? I don't really have a topic. I'm just going to talk about whatever comes to the mind. And it's kind of like, why do we, or I, feel sometimes guilty for creating boundaries, man? You know, I'm starting to see it in my personal evolution, my personal growth. So I have an answer for it. You know, the idea of feeling sorry for somebody or feeling guilty because you're not doing something or something like that is like, that's kind of out of my control and out of your control. Why would somebody, like, really think, if you really think about it, like, why would I, as a person going through his own thing and figuring out his own life, feel sorry for somebody else when that doesn't, the person that I'm feeling sorry for doesn't reflect anything feeling sorry for, right? For me, right? They don't feel sorry for me, so why do you feel sorry for other people? Why do I feel sorry for other people? Why? That's the question I came to a realization, or an idea, or fucking whatever word people want to use. It just doesn't make any sense to me anymore, you know? It's kind of like somebody gets hurt, you feel sorry for them. Why do you feel sorry for them? Like, it doesn't make sense. If you really think about shit that I don't know if we were taught it or we were it just came to us growing up in this world. I don't know, you know, it's just a lot of things don't make sense, because when you feel sorry for somebody, what are you feeling sorry for? Like, what you want to change their lifestyle and change their condition? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? Have I felt sorry for people? Of course I have. Because I would like see a homeless person on the street and I would want to give them money for food. I still do that now. It's just I don't really take it too personal anymore, right? Because the idea of feeling sorry for somebody is kind of doesn't make sense, you know, if you really think about that. Like, because it's like, what's the point, right? You're literally trying to fix something that is unfixable. You're literally trying to control something that's not controllable. You're literally trying to change something that will change on its own, because it's only a fucking thought and it's only an idea. I still go through that phase now, like when I'm walking my dog and I hear other dogs barking, because I do my laps around the neighborhood sometimes. And this idea of, oh, I wish I can, take that dog home and care for it and love it. And then I start feeling sorry for the dog, and it's just like, why do I feel sorry for that dog when I didn't choose to have that dog? if you really think about like things like, oh, even like I'm a dog owner, so I literally I took the time out of my life to go to a rescue this dog. I drove it home, and it took me, but I've had this dog for 3 years now, and I've raised it the way I think personally how it is to raise a dog and create a good dog, right? You know, because I feel like the dog reflects who you are. That's point blank period. And nobody else can change my mind about it. You treat a dog well, the dog will treat you well. But what do I know? I'm just a fucking person that's learning like the rest of us, right? So, for me, feeling sorry for the dog that has a bad owner that I assume is a bad owner, why do I feel sorry for that dog? Because that person chose to have that dog well, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. What the fuck do I know? I'm not the person that chose to get the dog and blah, blah, blah. But that's the thing is, like, we have these brilliant ideas, and then when you actually have to take responsibility for this brilliant idea, and you learn about the responsibility that you've taken on, sometimes, like, I'm just living from my experience, like, you kind of just get tired of doing it because you just do. I don't know why. I really can't tell you why, right? I can't tell you why I get tired of doing certain things. I just do. Because maybe I've outgrown that situation, or I've outgrown that person, or I've outgrown certain ideas, right? So my question to myself and is to you, why do you feel sorry for somebody? People chose to live the life the way they live. Like when I see a obese person, my mind directly goes to, damn, like, they could lose weight and they can do this, but obviously they know how they're living their life, so that's really none of my business on how the person is living their life, right? They chose to live the life that they're living now. That's out of my control. So who am I to have some type of feeling for that person? That person doesn't even feel for them. Well, maybe they feel for themselves, but they are so unconscious of and so addicted to food or whatever they do. They're so addicted to whatever they do, right? They're so intrigued on what they do, so why would I feel sorry for that person? What am I, like God or something, am I God where I can just heal people and give people my fucking brilliant advice? No, not at all. But we have this thing where we think we can fix people. Sorry for the noise, I'm driving. So we have this thing where we can think we fix people. We have this thing where we feel sorry for people because it makes us feel better. It feeds our ego. It makes us feel important. And the reality is that we don't need to feel sorry for nobody, because people are choosing the way they live their life. But then some people like their misery, right? They love to complain about their life. They love to be in their own misery. And I'm learning that now, right? People want to feel more important than they really surviving, I'm living, I'm existing, I'm super thankful that I'm breathing. And, that's all I really can ask for, I'm doing what I think is righteous for me. And hopefully you're doing the same thing. Hopefully you're doing a thing where you're not trying to solve problems that don't need to be solved. Because you really need to look at your life and really see what you need to grow in and what you need to get rid of, what you need to let go of. Because I'm doing that, right? But I'm nothing special. I'm just a person like you, just trying to figure it out. Just seeking and searching for growth, and seeking and searching for something that will somehow fulfill me and become more conscious as a being on this planet. Because you can always just go the toxic route, which is just being lazy and not really learning how to grow as a person. You're complaining about life, or you're blaming other people, or you're even judging people. I know we judge, but what is that doing for you, right? Maybe it's feeding your ego, or maybe you're feeling better about yourself because you're not in that person's condition. But is it really making you feel better? Because it's just a feeling, right? Is it really making you feel better? Is it really making you better as a person? By you're judging people, you're blaming other people, you're complaining about your existence. I know we're so wrapped up in the negativity in the world. I do too at times, but I notice that that's not doing nothing for me, It's making me worse as a human. And I don't want to be worse. I really don't. It is difficult sometimes to bring light to situations because I have so much anger in me and so much just judgment in me. But I'm becoming more aware of it, right? Because I've been living life for so long, and there's certain thoughts or these certain identities that are just hurting me, man. It's really hurting me. It's really hurting me. And I'm okay with that because I'm learning to be more patient with myself. I need to be okay with it. Nobody else is going to be okay with it for me, right? I need to be okay with the traumas I've been through and the emotions I've never dealt with. That's growth, right? To be aware of, and not to react. That's this whole that we're subconsciously trying to control everything, you know? Is that that's how we became as humans, you know? We're so smart, but yet we act so stupid and dumb. We're not in control of so many things, but yet we think we are because, I don't know, it's just something that we just think we are. We're only in control of so many things, right? But we choose what we can control and we choose what we cannot control. That's just what I'm learning in this journey called life, right? But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and just go enjoy my walk and be present. Peace.